प्राणो अमृतम सम्राट चक्षु विराट श्रोषम। ये यजुर्वेद 20.5 का मंत्र है, which talks about the physical appearance of a leader. And leader, a king is considered as a leader here. It says that may our head, mouth, hair, and mustache be grateful. May our soul be king, and our ears be huge, and our eyes should see everything. Shri in the shlok means increase the beauty or majesty of the nation in my head. Yash means to increase the nation's skill. Vishi means the growth of the nations, the growth of the nation's glory in my hair and my hands. Amrit means the lack of death in the nation or the king, that is, the king should have a glowing life. Samrat means to rule in a proper way. Virat means to listen to the words of the people of the nation or increase food grains in the state. So it means that in this shloka, if we put this shloka and consider it for an organization, the CEO or the chairman of an organization or a director of an organization should listen to his people and think for the prosperity of his employees. With this, I hand over to Pallavi to introduce our next speaker.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. As we are heading towards the third session, so our next speaker of today is Dr. Mayank Agarwal. Currently, he is working as Associate Professor and HOD, Computer Science and Engineering at Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Gurukul Kangre Vishwavidyalaya, Haridwar. Designated as IBM Cloud Consultant for 2015 and also Microsoft Azure Certificate by MAGE and is USERC DST Cloud Mentor. Have an experience of 17 years in academics and loves to deliver inspiring and technical talks. Have represented Uttarakhand, UP West and Himachal as science communicator in Indian Science Congress 2014. And since then, it is a passion to talk and teach about how to make use of science in daily life. He have been a gold medalist and university topper in BTech, did BTech honors in computer science and engineering, MTech in computer science and PhD in CS, SFRF in IITD, have more than 50 papers in reputed journals and conferences, believes in strong teamwork and has organized many successful conferences and workshops. He conducted more than 100 workshops and trainings in cloud computing with some on behalf of IBM partners. Teaching is an art, but only knowledge can put colors in this art. He is awarded Best Teacher of Computer Science and Engineering Award every year by his university and was awarded as Most Popular Teacher of Faculty of Engineering and Technology in 2011 and 2014. He has been honored by IBM with TGMC Mentor Award 2013. Collaborations provide us platform to learn. A life member of CSI, IETE, ISCA, and have contributed in CSI at various levels as Honorable Secretary CSI Haridwar chapter in 2014 to 16, Chairman 2017 to 18. He is actively involved in various social activities of Red Cross and Bharat Vikas Parishad. He is editor for CSI Journal of Computing and editorial board member for International Journal of Current Engineering and Scientific Research and UGC approved journal. Now I call and I request Dr. Mayank Agarwal to
Welcome, Dr.
enlighten
Mayank.
us
Welcome to the program. Welcome to the
with
session.
knowledge and experience.
Sir, Professor Pankaj Vedant, sir, who has given this opportunity to me to interact with such a great academician, witnessing the program since last 2 days. And I would like to share with you that Professor Madan is a true leader and a real fighter. Recently, he has done a recovery from COVID, so he definitely deserve a huge round of applause from all of us and from all the participants. The 2 days before only he has recovered from COVID, and then he has devoted so much of time and energy to conduct this workshop for you all. Now I'll begin with the presentation. So just hold on, let me share the screen. Yes. Now friends, this session we would like to make it an interactive session, and I request to you that if possible use a pen and a piece of paper to write down certain things which I'll be telling, and it would be great if you could share those things in the chat window. I'm opening the chat on my screen also. It would be great if you could share those things on your chat window. The topic which has been assigned to me is academic leadership and virtual spaces. We all are an entire academic fraternity. So first of all, a very good afternoon to the entire academic fraternity who is attending this session. The period with which we are going nowadays is really a period of distress. We all are very much confused. What will happen? COVID. If we open the news channels, we all are frightened by the news which comes into our screen. But let's begin with the session, and I again request that it should be an interactive session, and there will be certain points I would like that you all should participate and use the chat window. Now the first query is that when we first heard about COVID, what was your reaction? When you first heard about COVID, what was your reaction? Was it means maybe something that it is something which is not going to affect us? We are in India and COVID is in other countries, so nothing to worry about it. Or might be, everything is about to end. So use a piece of paper and a pen to write it down that what was your reaction. Why I'm saying all these things is because we'll be coming to all these points as a leader, that how we will be relating whatever you write today. Okay. And so if possible, you can also use the chat window. Some of you can write it down in the chat also, that what was your reaction when you first heard about COVID. Then the second query is that when you first heard about the lockdown, when our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji on 24th of March announced that for 14 days there would be a complete lockdown. Then again lockdown 2.0 and lockdown 3.0. So what was your reaction? What plans you made for lockdown? For example, the thought must have come to your mind, oh, 14 days of enjoyment at our home. We can spend plenty of time with our family. There might be certain plans you must have made that we will read certain good books. We will upskill ourselves. We will learn some new things. We will devote more times to the exercises, indoor exercises. We will try to reduce the weight, or we will try to gain the weight, or we will try to overcome our shortcomings. So what all plans you made? 2 minutes now with you. And believe me, the session is just to build the leadership quality which is already there in you. There have been in the past 2 days very great speakers, those who have already discussed what are the different type of leadership skills, and Dr. Madan today have already shared a change plan with you, which you can implement in your institute to bring a real change in your institution. So use the chat window. 2 minutes with you, that what plans did you make for the lockdown, and do note it down in a piece of paper with you. Great. Now, Sheetal L. Sangleji have shared that initial worry, not ready to face the situation. Great. Nelson ji have shared spending with books, learning new things, time spent with family, playing shuttle. I think this was something very much similar which all of us did. Great, Nelson ji. Neeraj ji have shared it is a nightmare and will pass over. Definitely it will pass over. Fear, what will happen? Plan to complete your paperwork. Vasantha Jyoti, disappointed, someone has written. Shweta. So, how an invisible germ play games with the lives of people. Great, Vijayji. Great line you have written. Lockdown. Thought for first time staying at home, we can do some good thing. That is prevent it is spreading. Doing research, spending time with family, attended webinars. So attended webinars, you upskills yourself, Shobha Patil. Risky disease, everyone home, no servant, learning and family time. Great. So some of you have shared in the chat window, and I again request that do keep these points written somewhere in your piece of paper, that what are all plans you really made for lockdown, what was your reaction and what you thought for lockdown. Now, coming to the second part is, we all are academicians. Some of us are dean, some of us are director, some are teachers, some are principal, but we all are linked somehow with academics. So when the lockdown situation arise, when this coronavirus arise, so what were the steps which institution took? Work from home, that whether your institution adapted work from home or not. So this is the second piece of activity which you have to do, using your chat window also and writing down in the piece of paper also. So your institution adapted to work from home or not, your institution adapted for online classes, and how prompt the institution was to adapt for online classes, and what was your role if you are at the position of principal or a director or a dean. So what was your role, whether you helped your institution, you are on the positive side that online classes should be started or not, what was your particular suggestion, and what were the resources which was available at your institution level for online classes. And the major stakeholder are the students. So what were the reaction for your students, whether they were having the facilities for the students for online classes, whether they were having an internet connection or not. So whether your institutions conducted certain trainings for all these things. And the major part, that because we all are academic fraternity and there is a slowdown in the admissions, so there was a salary cut, or your institution took certain other measures to earn so that there is no salary cut. As I know, there are several number of colleges which conducted large number of webinars, short-term courses, and they were paid short-term courses, and their teachers have told me that their director was so active and he motivated in such a way that all teachers conducted online workshops, and the money which they earned was more than from the money which they were getting from the fees. So what efforts your institution made, what efforts you made? So just write it down. Again, 2 minutes with you, that how prompt your institution was to take online classes, what resources you used for online classes, and whether the resources were available at your end, what you thought for your students, your student accustomed to that or not. I'll go through the chat also. Great. Few days work from home. So I think Shobha Patil ji wants to say that few days work from home, and then the institution called them to the office. Our institution taking online classes, but now we do work from institution. Sangleji. Yes, in majority of the country now work from institution have started. We were exploring various platforms initially, and now I think they have also started. Mr. Bhalekar. Online classes started from the month of April. Great. 24th of March, the lockdown began. So within 7 days, your institution adapted to the online classes. Great. Adapted work off from home. Even a student institute started online classes. Small WhatsApp group was made. Zoom app was used. Initially started classes with free softwares. Yes. Resources used were Google Mates. We have made notes for quality students. By the time we realized the situation is unprecedented, we started decided visual classes from 1st April. So even if your institution started from 1st April, it is great. A good effort from the institution. Apurva ji have written a very good line that she personally started publicizing in the social media and the branding of the college. Great. So just note these points on a piece of paper. We'll come back to these slowly as we proceed. So let's move forward. Definitely, as you all have said, that there was a fear, there was a distress, and you all were worried. Now, COVID is something which is definitely sending sensation to our nerves. But we all are academic fraternity, and this course is devoted to leaders. We have to see that how a leader can cope up with this situation, how we can move forward with this situation of COVID. So this is the mantra for today, which I am sharing with you, that let's convert this 1C of COVID into 3 C's. The first is that we have to remain calm. A leader has to remain calm. A leader has to be confident. And the third is he has to communicate. Now, when I say that a leader has to remain calm, definitely the question comes in our mind is that when world is coming to an end, when the entire humanity is facing such a difficulty which we are unable to find a solution even after 6 months, then how can we remain calm? So friends, there is a saying which says that if there is a problem, try to find out the solution for the problem. And if no solution exists, then what can you do? So let's see this video and see what does our guru tells us to how to remain calm.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful slide. When followed in life,
Just hold on, I think there's a... Please forgive me. There was means the video ran a little faster. Okay, yes, played.
ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful slide. When followed in life, I guarantee you, life will be different. I guarantee you, if this is applied in life, we can have peaceful night's sleep. Here it is. Do you have a problem in life? No? Then why worry? Do you have a problem in life? Yes. Can you do something about it? Yes. Then why worry? Do you have a problem in life? Yes. Can you do something about it? No. Then why worry? You know? Why worry?
I hope the video gave a message to us that COVID is definitely a problem. But do we have a solution for it? If yes, then solve it. If no, then why do we worry for the problem? If there is no, some noises coming, please mute yourself. Rohit sir, please kindly mute them. Thank you. So if there is a problem, we have to solve it. If there is not a problem, we can't do anything. So I'm giving you a suggestion that if you can't do anything for a solution, then what you have to do? Again, some noises coming. Please mute yourself. I request to all of you. If you don't have a solution, then what you have to do? You have to concentrate on the plans which you just wrote down, that these are your lockdown plans. You have to read those plans and you have to be confident. If you wrote down a plan that you have to publish a paper, then read it down every morning you get up. Read that plan, that you can write down a paper, and this is the beautiful time of COVID which has given you. There is no worries from the college. There is no one, no head like me to disturb you. You can devote your time writing your papers. There is no administrator who is going to see you. You read those lines, whatever plans you have made. If you have made a plan to stay fit, then read it. Read the plan, put it somewhere in your place, in your house. Read it 1,000 times and remain calm, that this is what you have to do. This will build your confidence. Don't think about COVID. Don't think about COVID. Wherever a news come in the TV channel about COVID, just change the news. Watch some beautiful music which you like. Why to watch the news which gives us a negative vibration? So do not think about it. Do not see how many cases are there. See the positive things which are around your life. Look at the smiles of your children. Look at the loving face of your wife. Look at the beautiful face of your husband, or whatever you like. Look at those things and forget about it. You have to remain confident, because when you are confident, then only you can make your team confident. You have to remain calm, because when you are calm, then only you can make your team calm. You have to give these solutions to your team, that make down your plans, that how beautifully you can use this COVID, how positively you can use this situation in this plan. Friends, just to share a personal experience with you, when the COVID, this lockdown situation began, I also made certain plans, like to spend quality time with family. Then I never thought of a patent. I also devoted my time, and luckily, after a period of 3 months, my first patent on blockchain got published. And there are other plans also which are in pipeline and which have given me the time. This COVID has given me a time to work on this. But still, we all pray to God that this thing should come to an end. It is a dangerous thing. It does not mean that we say that, okay, this thing should remain. But it is a problem. There is no solution with us. So we have to remain calm. We have to remain confident. And the third thing, which is very important for a leader, for a teacher, is to communicate. Though there is a request that we all should, means in this group, that English is the common language which is understood by all. But now my few lines would be in Hindi, which I would translate in English also afterwards. I'll try to translate it in English afterwards. दोस्तों, एक बीवी है, 2 बच्चे हैं, और मेरी जो वाइफ है उसने मुझे एक चीज़ शेयर करी जो उसके टीचर ने उसे सिखाई थी, और उसने वो जो चीज़ मैं आपसे शेयर करने जा रहा हूँ, दैट इज़ रिलेटेड टू कम्युनिकेशन. In English, I am telling you that, Gangwar sir, I think because when I speak in Hindi, so it is not clear, therefore you have written that voice is not clear. Otherwise, I think there should be no issue. I have a wife and 2 children, and my wife's teacher told certain lines to my wife, which my wife have shared with me, and I believe that these lines are very important for us to implement in our life. So I'm going to share those lines with you all. These lines are in Hindi, so bear with me. What are these lines? They are, बात से बात बनती है, बात से बात बिगड़ती है, बात से बात सुलझती है, बात से बात उलझती है, बात अपनों को जुदा कर देती है, बात गैरों को भी मिला देती है। हमने देखा है बात का जादू, बात दिल के वीराने हिला देती है। जिन पर लातों का असर नहीं होता, उन्हें बातों से डरते देखा है। तीरे खंजर से जो नहीं मरते, उन्हें बातों से मरते देखा है। सो this is the power of language. This is the power of communication. Some hissing sound is coming. Someone has written. Let me check. Is it clear? The hissing sound is clear now. You can use your chat window. Okay, thank you. So let's proceed. So these are the lines which I learned from my wife, and my wife grabs it from her teacher. So communication is very important, and the way we speak, the words we choose is very important. So this COVID, we all were locked down and the social distancing was the funda. But we have to communicate with our students. So there are different ways we can communicate virtually. Though I believe that by now, so much amount of time has passed, there is no need to tell to all of you that these are different ways by which we can communicate. The different ways is we can communicate by WhatsApp, we can communicate by Skype, we can communicate by Google Meet, we can use Cisco WebEx, Snapchat, and there are different many video conferencing tools. But yes, we have to communicate with our students, we have to communicate with our teachers, and this communication should be more interactive. We should give a feeling of as a homely feeling to our students, to our teachers, and we should share these things with them that you have to remain calm, you have to remain confident, and we have to share this mantra with them that note it down, use this time as positively you can use to see. There is no noise in my room, no one else is there. All the participants are also mute. Switcher सब mute है तब भी आ रहा है. Why it is coming?
जी सर, थोड़ा सा बैकग्राउंड नॉइज आ रहा है आपकी तरफ से शायद.
पर कमरे में तो
तो
कोई
सब
भी नहीं
म्यूट
है.
है सर, मैं चेक भी कर रहा हूँ.
Okay, let me give 1 minute.
जी सर.
I hope now it must reduce. Mic does not make a problem generally. Is it reduced now?
Sir, it is better now. You can continue, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So these are the different ways we can communicate. When I speak, then it comes. Let's see if it comes now, because daily I am taking class also and sessions also. This is the first time I am facing this thing that the sound is coming. I hope it should not come now. Now, the screen which I am sharing with you is the research from Harvard University, and which says that how a leader should be in this pandemic situation. Okay, it says how a leader should be in this pandemic situation. It says that we should have an empathetic leadership style, and Harvard University has given it a word of servant leadership that emphasize empowerment, involvement, and collaboration. Academic leaders with emotional intelligence and emotional stability should place the interest of others above their own, meaning that you have to be an empathetic leader. Empathetic leadership has already shared with you by speakers in before sessions. No need to elaborate it. But the point is that you have to place the interest of others above your interest. Okay. we have to distribute the leadership. We have to distribute the teamwork. Means we have to distribute the work which has been assigned to us. We have to delegate the responsibility in this pandemic. It can't be done that we all are, means a single person is doing everything. If a single person does everything, then it becomes a problem. Okay, in these type of pandemic situation. The third point which Harvard has shared is leaders should communicate clearly and frequently. You have to communicate with all the stakeholders, with all your teachers, with all your fellow friends, with all your students, and your communication should be clear with a message. You have to keep on motivating them. So this was a piece of point which was shared by Harvard University, which I shared with you all. Now let's proceed further. Again, I'm stressing the point that the motivation spirit should never go down. In this COVID situation, the leadership style should be empathetic leadership. We have to think every family like our family. We have to think every family is like our family. If we can devote something as a measure to our institution, if we can suggest them things so that they can increase their fundings, so that there are no salary cuts, it is a very good option. For example, if we could conduct certain workshops which can pay something and we can reduce the salary cuts, so that I know that the private institutions, there are salary cuts are being offered, means there are salary cuts are going on. But after doing this workshop, we recommend that you should try that no fellow being is a sufferer because of any salary cut. Instead, you collaborate, you make a team with all your fellow persons and start certain online course, a 1-day course, a 2-day course, or a 1-week course, and earn certain amount of money to reduce the burden to the society and prevent these type of cuts. Third, even if the government says that you have to come physically, the institution, if you are a part of the decision making body, you should tell them that there should be no compulsion to come physically. Let this situation pass. If things can work very well in an online mode, then what is the ego to call the employees just to sit in his room and present a lecture in an online mode, sitting in that room instead of sitting in a comfortable zone in his home? Why to put him in a situation which can be a difficult situation afterward, a risky situation, and why to bring the risk to yourself also? So if you are a part of that committee who is deciding this, so try to tell them that if the work can be done in an online mode, if AICT can conduct these number of thousands of workshops in an online mode, then why can't the institution go in an online mode? Use certain ERP solutions. Try to build an ERP solution. There are various ERP solutions which are freely available. For example, to conduct exam, you can use Google Classroom. There is another platform which is used for exam, which we also use, which is exam.net, which is free for entire world except Spain till December 2020. So you can explore this platform of exam.net to conduct the exams of your students. You can use it for objective questions also, and you can use it for subjective questions also, along with mentoring. Then there is another exam platform which is Speed Exam. So you can use that Speed Exam. If nothing works, then you can use Google Classrooms. If nothing works, you can use a simple method to send the email and bring the email. If nothing works, you can use an Excel sheet to share with your students and get the comments from them. But avoid. We can't risk anyone's life. We have to be a part of the solution, and the solution should be such which is fruitful to the entire society, to the entire humankind. Google Forms, Google Classroom, yes. Great. Now, I'll show a video. Just use the chat window to tell if it is visible. In case it is not visible, I'll share another screen with you. The video is a beautiful video which motivates us that how we can fight with COVID, that nothing is going to remain forever. Just let me open this.
You know the crazy thing about this virus?
Wait, I have to, I'm stopping sharing. I have to share another screen of the video. Give me a second. Yes. Yes.
This virus don't care about our differences. This virus could care less whether we black or white, whether we Christian, Muslim, or Hindu or atheist. This virus don't care whether we're a celebrity or whether we're a regular person, whether we're Republican or we're Democrat. This virus is attacking all of us as mankind. And it's going to call for all of us to be united as we fight back. And I believe that as we fight back, we will bounce back. Because we bounced back after the Black Plague. We bounced back after slavery. We bounced back after the Great Depression. We bounced back after the Holocaust. We bounced back after school shootings. We bounced back after Hurricane Katrina. I got no doubt that we'll bounce back and we'll come back stronger, bolder, and better than we did before. I got a message for you, coronavirus. Ain't no COVID-19 stop us from living our dreams. Somebody told me that we're made during hard times. I believe that hard times show us what was already inside of us. I believe that the hard times, the painful times, the perils of life can show us what was already inside of us. I believe they can expose us to who we really are. Consider the healthcare workers who were showing up day in and day out, working 10, 12, 16-hour shifts. They've been great, but this coronavirus is exposing their greatness. Think about the educators who were trying their best to keep our students engaged online. They've been great. They've been powerful. They've been amazing. Teachers been superheroes, but this virus is exposing their greatness. Think about the first responders who's showing up day in and day out for us. They've been amazing. They've been powerful, but this virus is exposing that greatness that's inside them. So I don't think that hard times make us. I believe that hard times show us what we really have within us. You know, for many of us, this social distancing can be challenging, but though we are apart, may we be united in our love. May we be united in our hope. May we be united in our service to one another, because it's going to take all of us collectively to fight this battle. Some of us will fight by staying home, and some of us will fight by showing up. Some of us will fight while on our knees, and some of us will fight hoping the elderly in need. And while this virus is spreading, may our love also spread. That's right, may our love be infectious. May our hope be contagious. And though our churches, temples, and synagogues are closed, may our faith remain open, because we know and believe that what is delayed will not be denied. You know why I can smile in the face of adversity? I can see a day when we're back in restaurants laughing. I can see a day when we're walking through the malls with cheer. I can see a day when we're back in arenas filled with excitement. But until then, let your homes be filled with excitement. Let your homes be filled with laughter and joy. Let your homes be filled with cheer as you hold your loved ones near. I read it, and it says that weeping may endure for the night, but joy cometh in the morning. So I want to just encourage you. I know you're going through a rough patch. I know things for you right now is really rough and really challenging. I know that cloud of depression can be coming over you. Many of you have lost loved ones, family members. Many of you have lost your jobs and you're trying to figure out how are you going to make it. I get it, but I came to tell you that we will bounce back. At nighttime, it's painful. At nighttime, it's rough. At nighttime, it's real hard. But I promise you, joy will come in the morning. And when that sun cracks the sky, things going to be different. We're going to feel different, and we'll be stronger. We'll be more united. We'll be more loving. The connection will be stronger. So this is not the time to cower. This is not the time to run away. This is the time when we apologize. This is the time that we reconcile. This is not the time to quit on your marriage. This is not the time to throw in the towel. This is the time when you humble yourselves. This is the time when you make the adjustments. This is an opportunity for us as humans to get better, to get wiser, to get stronger, and be more united. And when it's all said and done, we'll come out of this better than we went in before. And I promise you, my friends, if you just hold on, we will be all right. Because our condition will not be our conclusion.
So this was a small video to keep us motivated. I'll share the screen in a moment with you all. Any queries up till now? I hope you liked the video. And so why I'm sharing these videos is that our session, when we are taking online classes, it should be interactive, and we have to motivate our students. We have to consider our friends, our family members, and we have to take the spirits high. And friends, I feel proud to share with you all that our Dean, Professor Pankaj Madan, always keep us motivating us. And this FDP which you all are participating is all because of the efforts of Dr. Madan. He motivates us all that we all should apply for different FDPs, and this year we applied for 10 FDPs of Atal Academy, and luckily we got last month, and yesterday we got one more FDP on robotics. So he's basically a true leader who is not only motivating us but taking us all as a team together under his leadership quality. So these are the learnings which we have learned from him, and I am trying to share it with you all. Now, taking the session ahead, see, we all are teacher, but Abdul Kalam ji has said that as soon as we make the student inside us die, we are finished. So the student who is inside us should always be alive. Have you ever thought that when we were small, when you were a child, and a fan used to move, you used to ask your father that why is this fan moving? When there used to be a raindrop, you asked to ask your father that how this rain is coming. When you used to travel in a train, you asked to ask your father or mother that how does a train moves. And now, if something is happening, what do we say? Arey ho raha hoga, why to worry about this? So what we have to do with it, whatever may be the reason, whatever may be the science behind this, whatever may be the logic behind this, leave it. So the curiosity of a student, which is inside every human being, dies as he grows up. And Kalamji has very rightly said that this curiosity should not die. If you want to learn, this curiosity should not die. For this, I would like to quote certain lines with you, that live as if you are going to die tomorrow. Live as if you are going to die tomorrow, and learn as if you are going to live forever. Learn as if you are going to live forever. So we should be a student always. And for this, again, I am sharing a Hindi slide with you. हमारे शास्त्रों में, in our shastra, it is written that a student should have 5 qualities. So I'll recite these qualities in Hindi, then I'll explain them in English with you all. The 5 qualities which have been written is Kak Chesta Bako Dhyanam, Shwan Nidra Tathev Che, Alphari Grih Tyagi, Vidyarthi Panch Lakshanam. What does it mean is Kak Chesta. Kak means a crow. In your childhood, I am sure you all must have heard a story where there was a thirsty crow and he was looking after for water. And while searching for a water, he found a pitcher. He sat down on the rim of the pitcher, but to his misfortune, the water was at the bottom level of the pitcher and he could not drink that water from the pitcher. So what he did was, it was his desire to get that water. what he did was he started throwing pebbles in the pitcher, and he started, something wrong happened. Okay, he started throwing pebbles into the pitcher, and as soon as he started throwing pebbles into the pitcher, after a certain amount of time the water level rised and he drank the water. So what does this tells us? That we as a student have to make our desires, have to work with patience, have to fulfill our desires, and have to fulfill our goals. Our desire should be like a crow. We should be so much hardworking as a crow did to get his water. We should grasp the knowledge and give our full devotion to grasp that knowledge. The second word is Bako Dhyanam. Bako means a crane, Bagula, a crane. You must have observed a crane sitting near a lake or a pond or a river to catch the fish. Have you ever noticed that the fish which the crane catches is not a small fish? It is the largest fish which the crane can catch. It is the big fish. There are so many fishes which are swimming in the pond, but those small fishes do not disturb that crane. The crane is very much focused into the bigger fish, and the crane does not settle for a small fish. The crane is confident enough that the crane will get the bigger fish in his mouth, and ultimately when it finds the bigger fish, the crane grasps the bigger fish. Similarly, we as a student have to keep focus on our goal, the goals which you have written on a piece of paper, the plans which you will make during the lockdown, the plans. You have to make a focus on your plans. Small disturbance will come in life. There might be some illness, there might be some fights, there might be some problems from your institution, but these small problems, these small disturbances should not deviate you from your goal, which, like a crane, you have to concentrate on the goal which is a bigger goal. For example, you have written that you have to write a research paper which is in highest impact factor, so your goal should be that. If you have made a goal that within a month you will become slim and trim and you will become as smart as Shah Rukh Khan, as bodybuilder as Salman Khan, then you have to focus on that goal. You don't have to worry about the small problems. You consider those small problems as a small fish, and those small problems are not going to disturb you. Okay. The third is Shwan Nidra. Shwan means a dog. If you must have observed a dog sleeps in a very active mode. Though his eyes are closed, we think he is sleeping. But even if there is a slightest of noise, he wakes up. But I does not mean to say that if you are sleeping and if there is a slightest of noise, you also wake up. A sound sleep is required. But if we see this in a deeper sense, what does it tell us is that we have to be active like a dog every time. There are opportunities which are floating in and around in the atmosphere around us. Grab the opportunities. Do not leave any opportunity. Be active like a dog. And if there is any opportunity, grasp that opportunity. Do not leave any opportunity. Mind, in a deeper sense, it is not recommended that you do not have a sound sleep. I do not want to hear this thing that one day some of you is calling, sir, you said we should sleep like a dog. So I am having a problem and my doctor is saying कि आप ढंग से नहीं सो रहे थे इसलिए आप बीमार हो गए हो. So this is not, do not take it in a wronger sense. Okay. It was only for a lighter note. Let's proceed. Alp Hari. Alp means the food and Hari means whatever we are taking. So it tells that a student should eat little amount of food which can be easily digested. But actually, if we look to it, it is not only related to the food, it is related to it has a wider aspect. So let's see what is the wider aspect which our Quran wants to express us. We have got five senses: eyes, ears, nose, skin. As a human being, as a student, we take inside our body from everything. So it is not only the food which we are taking inside our body, inside our soul, it is everything which we are seeing that is also going into our mind. What is we are hearing, that is also going into our mind. What we are feeling from the skin, that is also going into our mind and soul. So we should be al-Phari. Al-Phari means we should take only good things. We should take only good things, see good, feel good, hear good things. Then everything would be good around your life. And the fifth and the last thing which is written is Grih Tyagi. Grih means ghar. In olden days, you must have seen in movies that the child, the prince or the princess, or the children of any person, any kshatriya, any soldier, used to go in Gurukul for education. They have to go away from their home. So what does it implement? What does it imply? It implies that they have to leave the comfort zone of their house and they have to live a dedicated and a disciplined life in Gurukul to become successful, to learn things. Now in this 2020, this is not possible that we send our loving children away from us in the very young age, that we send them away. It is not possible. We have become so much closer to our children. We are having only one or two child. We do not send them away at a younger age. But still we have to implement the learnings. So what are the learnings, my friend? The learnings are that we have to bring and brought up our children in such a way that we have to tell them that you have to come out from the comfort zone of your house. For example, if you are a student and there is a television in your house, so it is not that you have to keep on watching television all the time, that you keep on playing with mobile all the time. These are the comfort zone. So this is in 2020. This is the comfort zone. We have to take him out from this comfort zone. Remain in house, but devote the time without the comfort zone. Make him physically active. Tell him to play outside. Friends, again, I am sharing a personal story with you, and I believe that 90% of people would be astonished. And this is a true story, and many of my friends know this, that what I am going to say is a bitter truth. I have told this several times also, and there have been comments also in that story, but I am again sharing that story with you. Friends, I have a daughter named Adya and a son named Arindam. When my daughter was at the age of about 4 or 5 years old, she started going to school, and she was fan of a channel called Doraemon, and she started behaving somewhat like a character called Nobita in Doraemon. And we were very much worried, and we saw the children of her age in our family, of my sister and other relatives, that they are also behaving as the character of one or any other cartoon character. So me and my wife decided that we will not operate television, and we get this cable connection disconnected. We did not recharge the Tata Sky which we were using when she was at the age of 5. And believe me, till now she is 11 years old, 6 years down the line, till 2 months before, means till 6 months before, till 6 months before when this lockdown began, we were having no television connection at our home. A TV was there, but there was no television connection in our home. We were living a life without television. I used to share this story with several people. There was an electrician in our university. I asked him once, "Ki put a antenna on my house. I wish to watch news." So he asked to me, "Sir, you are getting a handsome salary. Why can't you afford a cable connection, a Tata Sky connection, when I can afford two television in my house?" So I asked him, "Why are you having two television connection in your house?" So he said, "I want to see different channel, and wife and my wife and children want to see different channel. Therefore, we are having two television connection." So I said to him, "To avoid this type of problem, I am not having a television connection because I do not want to fight on these things. So kindly put an antenna on my house." Then we shifted to antenna. Then we shifted to direct to home, which was free channels, and certain restricted channels were coming. But unfortunately or fortunately, in this lockdown, when we were all locked down in our home, this somehow forced us to buy a smart TV. Now we have bought a smart TV, but still we are using it very cautiously. A time limit has been set. And friends, when we were not having a television, it was not that my child was deprived from all those facilities. We were enjoying as much as others. On every Friday night, we were celebrating. We were bringing videos, CDs of movies, of cartoons, and we were looking on those cartoons and movies with on our CD player and the television. So my children were having the exact knowledge of the cartoon characters also on every Friday. They were watching Mahabharata in a animated way. They were watching another Hindi movies of their choice. They were not deprived of anything. But only thing was that we changed the system. It was not as if that a person enters into his home and the first thing he does is switch on the television. So we just shifted this. I do not know whether the decision was right or wrong, but I feel proud to say that that girl child Adya is still a national winner in many activities. Every time she participates, by the grace of the God, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. When we wait for the result, the third prize is announced, it goes to someone else. The second prize is announced, it goes to someone else, and we feel afraid that first prize is gone. But then the first prize comes to Adya. Recently, there was a competition of EVM. The first prize goes to Telangana. The second prize goes to someone from Delhi. There was no one from Uttarakhand except us who got the first prize. But this is not only means television is something which is distracting us. So we have to move out from this thing. And after buying this smart TV, a little distraction has entered our family also. So we'll find out a solution for this also. Let's proceed further. Any queries in between? Let me check the chat. Just hold on. Again, life is like, say, live life, entertainment, free life is, yeah, definitely. Who has want to Gurukulam among us? Some more examples. Okay, no queries. Any queries in between? You are free to write it down. Now shifting it again to the teaching rules, which Harvard has shared in a research paper, that how ultimately I would conclude is that we have to take an online classes. So how our online classes should be. So the online classes is that in this pandemic situation, we have to use hybrid learning. Hybrid learning means online plus offline, but I'm changing it to something else. Hybrid learning means the classes where you not only you are interacting with the students in Google Meet, you can share the video lectures, record your video lectures, share it with your students, share the video lectures of other persons with your students, share the notes with your students, and make a point that once in a week or once in a fortnight, instead of teaching to them, give them the topic and interact with them and ask what are the difficulties they found in that topic and talk with them regarding the difficulties on the notes which you shared without actually teaching that notes. Give them a habit to go through the videos and have a session to solve their problems. This is called flipped learning. This is called flipped learning. So in this pandemic situation, our hybrid learning means a mixture of flipped learning plus online learning. Second, the classes should be varied. Varied means it should not be monotonous. It is not a one-way communication. It should be a two-way communication where a student should be allowed to ask in between, either using a chat or unmute themselves. Make a point that by the end of the class, at least 4 or 5 students open their videos and open their mic and they speak something so that it becomes an interactive class. We don't have to share a heavy reading material. Make the class as simple as can be. Make it with lighter reading materials. Make it as simple as can be. Reduce the time for the class, reduce the syllabus, and improve the connections. Talk to them, ask what difficulties they are facing. Try to build, because we all are a part of the country in which this was not used. And friends, whatever I am saying are the learnings from a research paper from Harvard University. And I shared this thing with one of my mentor at AICT UKRE Leadership Program, Dr. Claire from Dudley College, UK. UK is using online classes not from now, from last decade, more than a decade. But she said they still use the same way. They do not give heavy reading material. They do not make a lecture for a longer amount of time. For example, today also, whatever I am sharing with you, I am trying to do it practically. Interact with you, use your chat window, showing videos, and I'll make the lecture shorten. The time allotted to me is 1 hour 30 minutes. But I am teaching you that the online class should not be go such long. So I'll bring it to an end before 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay? Any queries? I would love if I could solve the queries. Now, last point is, which is very much of concern for all the administrative people, that how should we take the assessment and what should be the criteria for the assessment. So this is not what I have shared with you. This is again from that Harvard University research paper, which have done a research on COVID and what should be the rule of assessments and what should be the rule of classes. The paper says that 40% of class contribution should be there. That how the student is contributing into the class in an online class, we should give him the weightage of 40%. And 20% of weightage should be for the assignments which you are giving him. That he has to do the assignments and you have to tell whatever the assignments you have given him. And 40% is group projects, which you can divide it as a class test or a sessionals or end semester examination in Indian circumstances. And that circumstances, they said that they gave group projects. So we can give group projects and assignments, because then only they can build a team. At the end of the day, we have to tell them that how they can build a team, how they can live with others. When they will go with corporates, it is not that their friends will go with them. Their friends will go in some other company. They have to work with someone else. So they have to become adaptive. So to become an adaptive, it is said There is a very old saying that charity begins at home. Similarly, everything we have to do ourselves. So we have to become adaptive, and to become adaptive, we have to change our group. We have to make groups of the students. If a student is a friend of Mr. X is a friend of Mr. Y, so put him into a group of Mr. Z and tell them that you two work together and give me the results, so that they all learn these things and they can apply these things in their real life. So this is the contribution from that paper, that how you can take the assessments and all. Now, going little further, any queries in between? Friends, this online education, this period, have no doubt told us to work together, to live together, to live in harmony. And we are consuming a large amount of electricity. We are consuming a large amount of IT technologies. We are all have become dependent on computers, laptops and all. And this is our duty, our moral duty, to return to the nature. So at the end, I request you all to at least plant a tree. Every family members of yours, nowadays, though the time has gone, but still rainfall is there. It is still a time where we can return to the nature by planting trees. At least the harm which we are doing. See, whatever we are facing, this COVID, is somewhat the God is doing this thing because we were trying to destroy the nature. We have to, by hook or by crook, we have to agree with this fact. And again, I would like to tell you that my wife is very, very, very nature friendly. She insisted me to plant 10 trees outside our house on the common lane which is shared in the university premises. So 4 or 5 years back, we called someone from the nursery and he planted the trees over there. We paid that person for digging and for the plants, and then we both watered the trees. Now out of those 10 trees, 5 are working and they have started giving the shade. So we feel good when we see those trees. And when our children used to go to the school in the bus, they used to stand under that tree. Not only my children, other children of the society also used to stand under the tree. So you have to return to the nature, because what all we are getting at the end of the day is what we have given to the nature. So with these words, I would conclude and say thank you to all. The session is open for queries. If any queries, I would love to share it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for this informative and interactive presentation. And we enjoyed the way you present the topic to our participants, our fellow participants. And I hope that all the participants are really enjoying the presentation, as well as they will be learning so much from you from this session. Now we are open for questions. If you have any question, you can put in the chat, or you can just unmute yourself, ask the question from our invited speaker.
Yes, I can see certain queries. Elaborate hybrid learning. See, in that paper, the hybrid learning is online plus offline classes, but I have changed it. I say that hybrid learning, one way to teach a student to take our classes is like we are interacting in Cisco WebEx. So you can interact with your students using Google Meet, using Cisco WebEx, using Zoom app. But that is one type of learning. What we mean to say is that you have to share the videos with your students. You have to share the PPTs with your students. You have to share the lectures with your students. And in it, you have to make a flipped learning. Flipped learning means ulti learning, instead of a teacher teaching to the student first, we give the study material to the student. We do not teach him, but the student himself go through the study material. He try to grasp the knowledge, then he present what he has learned, and if there are any queries, we solve that learning. This is called a flipped learning. If you go through the AICT website, there are several courses of flipped learning which AICT is running nowadays. Okay. Any other query? Thank you all. Hope that we all will meet sometime down the line after this COVID. On behalf of entire Faculty of Technology, Gurukul Kangri University, I invite all the participants that whenever you feel to visit Haridwar to this great university of Gurukul Kangri University, you all are welcome to visit this university. With these words, I again conclude and hand over to the organizers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again. I would like to invite Aman sir for official vote of thanks. Aman sir, are you here?
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Mayank Agarwal, sir, for such a nice presentation and interaction with our participants. I hope your presentation will be beneficial to all the participants. And I also like to thanks to all the participants for your active participation in this session. Thank you all. Thank you to all the participants once again, and thanks to Mayank sir and Shreya sir.
Thank you all participants. We will be sharing the slides in the group. And we will meet again at tomorrow morning at the same time in the same meeting room. So thank you once again. If you have any query or you have any problem, then you can put in the group also. I will be opening the group for some time. And thank you once again for joining us. Now we are going to end the session. And tomorrow at 10 a.m., we will start our next session for day 4. Thank you once again. Thank you all.
Will you add my number in this WhatsApp group?
Dear all participants, there was a query regarding the attendance, which I already explained and cleared in the last session, which I am going to repeat it again in the closing of this session also. All are aware of the automatic attendance system of Cisco is taking the attendance, but still if you are unable to fill the attendance, then need not to worry about it. We will be taking a closer look at present time of your of participant in the meeting, and during the meeting that how much time he was present in the meeting, and then we will be awarding the attendance. So need not to worry if you are attending the session, the attendance will be automatically marked. And we are sharing this attendance form to just have an alternative in any case if we are unable to note the attendance from Cisco, then we will be taking into consideration this form attendance, this Google form attendance. So need not to worry about the attendance. You just have to attend your session from starting till the end. So that's all from my side. I will be sharing the presentation of Professor Mayank Agarwal sir very soon in the group. So I think all the queries and all the problems are resolved now. It's time for us to end this session. So we'll meet again in tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Sir,
Yes.
I want to ask some.
Yes, please. Yes. Yes, please.
On WhatsApp group. Do we?
Your voice is not coming, Chandni ji. Chandni Sharma, I can not
Yes.
hear you properly. Yes, please.
No. Actually,
Yes, you are audible, please.
you shared 2 documents on the WhatsApp group. So, do we supposed to submit those as an assignment?
I will just confirm with Professor Pankaj Madan sir that what we have to do for that. I think he already told in his session to do something with the practice of this action plan document which I shared.
That was a practice sheet, or do we supposed to submit those as assignments as well?
I will just make it clear from Professor Pankaj Madan sir again, and then I will be quoting it in the WhatsApp group itself.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
No problem. Okay.
Sir, hello.
Yes.
Sir, can you please share Mayank Agarwal sir's mail ID, sir?
Yeah, sure. I will be
Okay,
sharing
sir.
the mail ID of Professor Mayank Agarwal sir also, and I will be sharing the PPT also.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, can you share the attendance links once again, sir? It's not responding, sir.
Yes, please. Do you want to share something?
Yes, sir. No, sir. Actually, can you share the attendance link, sir? It's not responding, sir. No.
Attendance is closed now. As I already said, if you attended the session, then need not to worry about the attendance.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. It's there.
Okay,
Sir. Okay.
okay,
Thank you.